Leo, what's up? Welcome to your reading. We're going to see what you need to know right now for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Okay. Eternal center. There is a place within me, still, calm, steady, and eternal. Guru, protection, and peace, along with blessings and curses. Do not be ashamed, not of your thorn or your flowers. Psyche, self-love, and beauty. So, Capricorn also had Eternal Center come out in their reading. If you got any Capricorn placements, maybe check it out. But there seems to be this energy of acceptance. You're starting to embody a lot more love and care and compassion towards yourself, towards your body, just embracing all of you, the good, the bad, everything in between, right? It feels here, as you're stepping into this energy, it's creating more harmony. We have magic mushroom at the bottom, miracles, fairy energy, and opening up. Stay open to the good and beautiful things. So it just feels like your power, as you're directing it towards good, towards loving yourself, nurturing yourself, embracing the flaws and imperfections, but choosing to see the beauty in it. It's all about your perception. It's all about your inner dialogue, your inner peace. It just feels like there's this calmness that's enveloping you, that's surrounding you. I don't know, it feels pretty chill. Feels nice. Feels good. What was at the bottom? Did I look at that? Oh yeah, stay open to the good and beautiful things. Miracles, fairy energy, and opening up. You're attracting miracles left, right, center. You're a miracle worker. Everything is always working out for you. You are destined for greatness. So, I also get with this card, like, can you keep an open mind? Can you keep an open mind? Open to the possibilities that you have yet to be shown. Okay, we got quite a few cards. Holy moly. The World, the Two of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. Okay. Dead end. Dead end. Dead end. Something is not going anywhere, or it's not continuing. Nine of Cups in, Six of Cups in the reverse at the bottom. The World is all about completion and graduating a significant period in your life. Now, some of you may actually be completing either completing a move, completing a position, a contract. Some of you could actually be starting a new job, I'm getting. You're at a crossroad though, okay? This crossroad, I already feel like you've made up your mind. Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. Five of Coins, Seven of Wands. I think you've already made up your mind of which way you're going or what's next, what the next step looks like. I think that the fact that all these cards came up together, I think you made your decision. Two of Wands to a Seven of Wands, you made your decision and you're not going to bounce back, or not like bounce back. I mean, like, I don't think you're going to waver. I don't think you're going to second guess or question whether or not you made the right choice. I'm pretty sure that you've made this commitment, or it's just like, it's concrete. Like, there's some sort of concrete, definite, like, this is it, final verdict sort of thing. Five of Coins tells me that, like, wherever you were, or you may be right now, it's either present energy or past energy. It's not talking about the future. This is like either current or like recent past, but it just tells me that this is a dead end, or that there's nothing else that can come out of this. So now you're on to something greater, right? You've completed what's necessary. You've learned all you need to learn here. Now it's time for the next step, or now it's time to move in a new direction. It's time for change. Change is in the air. Show me clearly what's going on with Leo. 8 of Cups. Yeah, like literally, time to get moving. Some of you are literally moving, right? Moving, traveling. You're walking away from something. 2 of Swords. You made a decision, right? Twos, choices. You have made up your mind. Oh, it's just a piece of dust that flew by. I was like, is that an orb or no? It's literally dust. I just saw dust fly by. Yeah, you made up your mind. You made up your mind. 2 of Swords, Knave of Cups, Knave of Coins. There might be someone who wants to talk to you. We have a King of Wands. You might have a couple options available that haven't been presented. Like as soon as you turn away and continue to keep moving, like what are you moving away from? I guess it doesn't matter. Maybe when we clarify later on, it'll tell us, but it doesn't matter. Everyone's situation is different. But as you're moving away and creating space or creating this distance, I'm seeing like a couple different passages becoming available to you. Seven of Cups. You're moving away from confusion, moving away from cloudedness, the uncertainty, the unknown. But now you have all these different possibilities. I just said that, right? I was like, as you move away or you're creating space or distance from whatever that is ending in your life or whatever that dead end is, so you're turning around from the dead end. Now you have this path, that path, this opportunity. You go over here, you try this, you go here, you know? Opportunities are endless opportunities. You have options. You are in control here with the Emperor at the bottom. You make your choice. You have to select. 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords. Trust yourself. You might have some it's a short blip, okay, because we go from a 5 of Swords to a 6 of Swords, so it's very quick transition. You need to trust yourself and you need to trust your decision-making skills. Emperor is very wise, smart, intelligent. He knows himself and he's good at what he does. That 5 of Swords with the Emperor, don't let your ego get in the way. Trust yourself. This is maybe where you're having moments of hesitation or you're questioning / you're feeling a little restless with yourself or with others. You could be questioning someone's intentions. What are your intentions? 6 of Swords, Queen of Wands. Yeah. There might be someone that you're connected to. It could be with a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or another Leo. You could be moving towards someone and you're just trying to feel out, where are we really going here? What are their intentions towards me? Are we on the same page? Are they hiding something? 5 of Swords, there's still like a level of mistrust. So again, mistrust within you to an extent and mistrust with another. So this is also now where we got to return back to our eternal center from within and not allowing the outside to dictate or to validate what we know within. Right? We got to return back to our own psyche, our self-love. Stop identifying with the curse. You're not cursed. You're blessed. You're lucky. You're fortunate. Everything always works out for you. Okay. Anyways, show me clearly what's going on with Leo. Ace of Cups. Oh my God, look at all the cups. 8 of Cups, 7 of Cups to the Ace of Cups. So you made your selection. You made up your mind. King of Swords at the bottom. Yep, you choosy. You combing through, getting rid of all the knots. So, good job. You made up your mind. You made a choice. And this could even be talking about relationships here. Love, romance, connections. If you're single, you might not be single much longer. You're getting clarity on how someone feels about you / how you feel about them. How do you feel about that person? Do you have love for them? You care about them? The feelings are growing stronger? You're confused right now? You're like, I don't know. Soon you're gonna know. Soon it's gonna become so freaking obvious. Every bone in your body just will radiate. Let's see. King of Swords? Knight of Cups in the reverse and the 7 of Coins. You could be giving someone not like a deadline, but you know, there's someone here who has their back turned to you. Knave of Coins in the reverse. There's someone who may not be showing up emotionally ready, or they're saying they need time. 7 of Coins. 10 of Wands. Someone here feels a lot of pressure. 9 of Wands, 2 of Coins. Someone here feels pressure to make a decision or to make a commitment or to heal. 3 of Swords. Someone's pains, traumas, wounds are affecting the way they show up in a relationship. Maybe this is how you're showing up. If we're talking the King of Swords, Knight of Coins, not Knight of Coins, Knight of Cups reverse, 7 of Coins. Maybe this is where you are showing up emotionally detached and you've been pushing people away, but you know that you kind of can't continue to keep living this way unless you're gonna, you know, stick to yourself, be alone for the rest of your life. Or maybe, I mean, hey, Ace of Cups can also represent self-love and healing, loving yourself, which that was a big thing we saw with the Oracle cards, loving yourself, self-love, the eternal center, pouring love into yourself. And as you do that, love outside comes towards you, magnetic attraction. You attract what you are, you manifest what you are, you experience what you are. So that's another thing I'm seeing here. Ace of Cups, King of Swords. There's like a level of detachment, right? There's a level of detachment when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to vulnerability and intimacy. There's a little bit of a separation. So again, this is either just you and yourself, or this is you and another, where you're experiencing someone is distant, or they're not being super available emotionally, or not super committed. And so you might be looking at this person and be like, all right, I'm gonna give them a little bit of time to see how this progresses. If it progresses, 7 of Pentacles is a card of patience and continuing to water the ground that you're on, the grass you're standing on, and watch what grows and watch what dies. So if the love's real, you got nothing to worry about. If it's fake, well, you'll know. Clarity's to come. Oh, flyers. It was this one. Maybe, I don't feel like taking a look at that, but we have 9 of Cups. Oh no, sorry, 6 of Cups in the reverse. I don't know why today, with this deck specifically, the 6s and the 9s, I'm always reading it the wrong way for some reason. I don't know, it's a little backwards, but literally this whole section of your reading is just pure water, pure cups, pure emotion. So 6 of Cups in reverse. This is reviving memories from the past that don't feel so good, or we're getting deja vu. Oh, and we got a Knight of Cups in the reverse at the bottom, a lot of cups. So this little section of your reading, this has to do with your emotions. It also has to do with your relationships and your connections, whether they're existing in your life, or this is bringing up matters of the past, which that is a section here. 6 of Cups in reverse. So deja vu, a little deja vu-y, something you're returning to, but you're either closed off to it, let's see, Knight of Cups. Are you stuck in the past? Knight of Cups in the reverse. Are you stuck on someone who's not, like, making you have to fight for them? Or 5 of Wands, you're having to compete for them, competing for their attention, or someone feels like they have to compete for you. 5 of Wands to 4 of Swords. Maybe there is some sort of conflict or misunderstanding. You and someone might not be seeing eye to eye at this moment, and there's some space with the 4 of Swords. I always see 4 of Swords as like rest or recuperation and some silence, but it's temporary. 4 of Swords is always temporary. It's like healing after some, because before the 4 of Swords, it was a 3 of Swords. So there could have been some sort of hurt or trigger or something that created a wedge. Okay, so this could represent you, your past self, and there's like this wedge. There's this thorn you got to prick out, right? Looking at this thorn from the rose. Roses and thorns. So you're having to heal from that. There's like, inner turmoil. Nothing too crazy, If we had like an 8 of swords or a 9 of swords, I'd be like, okay, it's pretty extreme. This is just a little bit of restlessness, but nothing too crazy. But I feel like with this Knight of Cups in the reverse, there's this level of numbness or having trouble with being open emotionally. And then we have 7 coins, which is more of this energy of just like anticipating, wait, progress, seeing where things go, continue to keep standing on this ground, tend to your garden and see what happens, like a matter of time. Knight of coins underneath that. Yeah, there's like the slow development. So even healing, right? Healing takes time. We're talking about matters of the past that's being brought up, triggers, memories, you know, deja vu. Something has brought up the past and it's being brought up for a reason. But look, we have the devil. It has some sort of power, control over you or some sort of influence over you. And so you got to do something about it. It's kind of makes me go back to these first cards that came out. The World, 2 of Wands, 5 of Coins, and the 7 of Wands. You made a decision. Something's a dead end. You're pretty certain. You're pretty much like, yep, that's it. Solid. I've made up my mind. So then when we were talking about 8 of Cups, that was energy of walking away. 7 of Cups, walking away from distortions, walking away from confusions, moving in a new path, but there's a lot of different possibilities, a lot of uncertainty, but then moving from that to the Ace of Cups of making a decision, being certain about it. But then 6 of Cups in reverse is like, I'm just trying to make this make sense, y'all. I'm just trying to follow this. I'm like, let me not get too caught up in my own brain, trying to make it make sense. If it makes sense to you, that's all that matters. Okay. We got these 2. Queen of Cups, more cups with the Knight of Swords. 4 of Swords at the bottom. So we just had the 4 of Swords underneath with the 6 of Cups reverse, and we had that whole like 7 of Pentacles of like wait, anticipate, we're healing, we're kind of at odds, we're kind of restless or going back and forth, being pulled into different directions, detached a little bit, right, with that Knight of Cups in the reverse. So now we have this interaction. Queen of Cups to a Knight of Swords. This can represent 2 different people. It probably is, but this can represent aspects of self for sure. So let's just go with if this is you interacting with another. I'm seeing here there's a direct conversation, very blunt, very forwards, bringing news, and it's unlocking the floodgates. Because we just had that Knight of Cups in the reverse, which was that numbness, that detached, maybe again, triggered of the past, having to heal from that, struggling between like the past and old versus the new, the inexperienced. So conversation, news, we can look into this. I'll probably look into this part. There's this pushing the envelope is what I'm getting. Okay. So there's actually like, I'm actually seeing like someone opening up an envelope now. Taking out the paper, reading what was expressed. So there's this emotional expression. And someone here, if this is representing one person as a whole, this is representing somebody who is finally opening up, finally expressing what's on their heart, where they're at, how they're feeling, what they've been thinking. And it's truthful and it's honest and it just comes in very quickly. So this can even represent how you are processing your emotions and then expressing it. At the bottom, we have the 4 of Swords. So there is that, remember we said, temporary period of rest, of solitude, of even separation or silence. 4 of Swords, there's that healing energy. That's that energy of recovering from that hurt or setback or, you know, some trauma, some pain, some memories, having to work through that, recover. 6 of Wands, 10 of Wands. And then 4 of Wands, out of fire now. Okay, this is representing our actions of what are we going to do? How are we going to move forward? So 6 of Wands to a 10 of Wands. There's this pressure. I'm getting like pressure to be perfect or pressure to show up in a certain way. Maybe that's what is being expressed here. You're either expressing that or someone's expressing this to you, you know? Anyway, success here, victory here, it comes with work. 10 of Wands, it's not always the easiest of energies. It's where we feel, again, like I said, pressure. There's these expectations. There's a lot to carry. And then we're also carrying things that need to be released. And when we had that 6 of Cups reverse, some energies of the past, we gotta let go, we gotta shed, we gotta heal, we gotta remove, we gotta distance, walk away from those old cycles that we've completed, graduated from, right? It's dead end, like, you know. So it's just so crazy because we go from 6 of Wands to the 10 of Wands to then the 4 of Wands. It's like going with the motion, right? And then we have Empress. So it's like success that comes from a lot of effort and persisting, a lot of consistency, you guys. Like, you really have to apply yourself, shedding the dead weight, because we go from a 6 to the 10, which 10 is the most extreme. 10 is where we can even reach burnout and exhaustion, but we're finally at the end. And then look at the release. 10 to the 4 of Wands. So you've made space. So from this interaction, I'm just trying to make it make sense. Trying to make it make sense. This interaction with you and another, or you and yourself, this, you know, soul to soul, whether it's pep talk to yourself in the mirror, it's you and your boo, or whoever the fuck that's reviving or illuminating some sort of truth, clarity. It's helping you alleviate, or it's helping you create space in your heart, making a little bit more room to open up and feel good and heal. Okay? Something like that. This is complex, okay? This is some complex shit. Let me get one more card to kind of see outcome, and then we can clarify this interaction that you're having. Maybe it's with somebody younger than you. But before I pull, this Queen of Cups is very curious of what this Knight has to say. She's got her eyes, she's like looking over, she's kind of got the lovey eyes, being like, what you want? Like, she wants to understand. She wants to know why this Knight of Swords is thinking / not even feeling. Knight of Swords is acting out of logic. This Queen of Cups wants to understand, wants to have some sort of emotional connection here. Okay, so anyways, let me see what this outcome for the situation, for this Leo that we're talking to, what's the outcome of this whole situation? The Fool. Okay. 3 of Cups. Very nice. So you have this interaction, this combo, clarity, creates all this space, creates room. You feel more open. They feel more open. You finally feel like, all right. Nice. So the Fool. Aries energy. We are currently in Aries season. It's just begun. Happy New Year. Happy new zodiac year. You may have Aries placements, but now finally the ball is rolling. We literally started the reading with the World, right? Completion of a cycle, graduating, those lessons, those experiences, those old energies that we are now finished with. We do not need to go back there. We do not need to pick up. It's like when you move from one grade to the next. You have your summer break. Maybe you burn all those old school notes because you're not going to need those school notes for the new year. You start fresh. So that's what this is. It's like starting fresh, turning a new page, a new beginning. And we have the 3 of Cups, the Ace of Coins, and the Sun. Okay, like, look at this. Look at this. Beautiful new horizons, and you're loving it, especially with the Sun, because this brings in a lot of hope and optimism. We have the Ace of Pentacles here, long-lasting happiness. That's what this is showing here. Long-lasting fulfillment, long-lasting celebration and acceptance. There's harmony in your relationships. Look at all the cups in this reading. This has been lots of feels. 8 of Cups, 7 of Cups, Ace of Cups, 6 of Cups, Queen of Cups, 3 of Cups. A lot of feels, a lot of emotions, a lot of stuff to do with you and how you feel internally and your self-love and how that has to do with others and your relationships and your friendships and your romantic partnerships and your family, like the meaningful relationships. I'm not talking about just some random ass stranger you bumping on the street or someone that you work with. This is more personal. This is personal. But it's, look, Hermit underneath that. This stems from within you, your own inner world, your own eternal center. This is kind of similar to Capricorn's reading. Maybe check out their reading, even if you don't have Capricorn placements. It stems from within, your eternal center, your own inner world, your own inner kingdom. You may call it that, right? Still, calm, steady, eternal. And how that will manifest in the outside, in the 3D plane, okay? So, let me see. We are at 25 minutes. I mean, like, I don't know what's in the energy, but last 2 readings, very intense, beautiful, powerful, specific. But let me see here for this interaction between you and this person, and then we'll look into the Fool, see a little bit of what's to come. How about this interaction? Let's get 2 on the Queen of Cups and then 2 on the Knight of Swords. Tell me about this Queen of Cups here. Okay, 8 of Swords with the Page of Swords. She was kind of, okay, so this Queen of Cups was kind of anticipating the worst. What was at the bottom? The 4 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, and the, oh, look, King of Wands and Queen of Wands. You and this person are a divine match. I think that this Queen of Cups represents you in this situation. I also think that you could be dealing with another fire sign or someone of the same fire element. But so, okay, this Queen of Cups person, they were kind of anticipating the worst, or they were, this Knight of Swords. Let's see here. It's Knight of Swords. So this Queen of Cups, she's receiving information. Tell me this Knight of Swords. Oh, we have the Page of Pentacles trying to flip out in the reverse. I feel like there's a hesitation or a delay here. Maybe missed opportunity. Let me see. Knight of Swords. Tell me this Knight of Swords. 7 of Wands, 6 of Cups. Okay, so maybe you and this person are mirroring each other, because I get both of y'all a little bit on the defense here. And both of you obviously have some triggers and past, maybe some past experiences together. 6 of Cups is now coming out twice. You and this person may have some history here. What's at the bottom? 7 of Cups, Hangman, and the Tower. Someone's changed. Someone's changed their ways. Someone's had an epiphany or huge realization. So this Knight of Swords person, what's this Page of Pentacles reverse about? Getting a bit of like a either missed opportunity. This Knight of Swords maybe felt unworthy or not good enough or untrusting of themselves, which therefore bled into the dealings with other people or dealings with you. Knight of Swords and the 7 of Wands. This is someone who's really trying to prove their point. They really want to prove themselves. They want to explain themselves, or explaining their past actions as to why they didn't do something. Because I feel like this Page of Pentacles reverse represents a lack of action or lack of development, stagnancy. This Queen of Cups person, and I was getting it could have been you, was out here overthinking, getting all up in their head, thinking worst case scenario, probably thinking about how this interaction was going to go down, overanalyzing every single possibility. And then when the truth actually came in, this is too much. 7 of Cups, Hangman, and the Tower. It's showing this Knight of Swords person been doing a lot of thinking and reflection and making some changes, changing themselves, changing their lifestyle, changing their actions so that they show up better for you. 4 of Swords, 4 of Wands, so that they show up more healed, taking care of themselves, and then they can show up and take care of you. But this Knight of Swords person is also talking about the past, or I don't know, I think that there will probably be some discussions about either your shared past or your own different past that you went through, upbringing and experiences. So there's a sense of vulnerability that comes with this, because 7 of Wands, he doesn't like to be vulnerable, but the 6 of Cups kind of is now opening up that side, that old version of self. Okay, why is a fool here? The fool. Let's look into this new beginning and what is coming out of this for Leo and their person. The fool at the bottom with the fool at the bottom. Or clarifying the fool with the fool at the bottom. How about the fool? We have the devil. Okay. How about the fool? This fellow on the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Cups, and it is a Six of Swords. That fell out here, though. Gotta keep that in mind. Now the Fool. Five of Wands. And the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this isn't gonna just be like a wham, bam, everything's fixed overnight. This definitely looks like there will be some growing pains or some, there's some roses and there's some thorns. There's beauty and there's a little bit of, I don't even want to say suffering. It's not that. It's just like prickles, it's a little uncomfy. It's like handle with care. So as we're looking into this new cycle, there is that temptation to get sucked back into what we just graduated from, what we just learned, that dead end. It's like, why are we turning back around to the dead end when we know that there are new possible avenues, new different directions, right? We need to choose the new experience, not the old experience. So here we go. Devil to the Six of Swords. We're moving away. That, right? You can see that. You're moving away from those old, outdated ways, habits, addictions, obsessions, the things that once held power and control over you. The thing is, as we're instilling new ways, new habits, new mindsets, new identities, new experiences, there is going to be a little bit of some hiccups, okay? Six of Swords to the Five of Wands, not Five of Water. There's some turbulent water, okay? So brace yourself. You know what they say? Oh, fuck. I have to laugh at myself because I'm like, I want to say something smart and then it just comes out the wrong way. But smooth waters. What is it? What do they say about sailors? Yeah, sailors, captains, right? Sailors. It's the stormy waters that make a good sailor, not smooth waters. The sailors with real, true experience, they've gone through the most extreme, craziest of storms out at sea. So in this case, you're the sailor and you're on your boat and you're maneuvering through all crazy kinds of weather, sunny days, stormy days, and everything in between. So preparation, okay? You're gonna have to put the effort in. Five of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, consistency, dedication, practice makes perfect. Especially if we're talking about communicating and being emotional and vulnerable, coming from the heart. Because there is that hesitation to close up. There's that hesitation to detach. There's that hesitation to, I have to control how I'm being perceived, how this person might look at me a certain way. No. We got to speak from the heart. So maybe that's where you're experiencing some troubles, but I see you're working through it. Okay. You're working through it. You gotta actively choose, right? Going back to the first cards, the World and the Two of Wands. Every single second, every single day, you have the option. You either choose a new path, the new experience, the new way, or the old. Old versus the new. And there might be moments where you waver. There might be moments where you get sucked back in. But getting sucked back into the old way, it's just a dead end. You have to keep pushing through and persevering. Page of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Justice. And you are. Libra energy. Maybe there's something coming up about the next full moon in Libra that could be relevant. Libra is a sign of balance, restoring balance. So even if you're feeling a little bit off, a little bit out of balance, you won't be for very much longer. I see justice being served in this situation. There's positive progression. If you and another aren't seeing eye to eye, there have been some challenges. You will work through this. And I see healing and acceptance and forgiveness even. Okay. Win-win outcome. my god, what a reading. Seriously intense, seriously specific. But those who this is for, I trust this will reach those who need this message. Keep up the good work. You're doing amazing. And yeah, let me know how it resonates in the comments below. Private readings are available in the description box. You can find me on my Instagram and TikTok at JadeStoneTarot. And I will let you go. Have an amazing day. I'll see you later.